Hello everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Valheim, the second for this year, and as I've said before, there have been reasons for it. So at least I'm able to go back. The reason why I haven't been uh, recording more and publishing more in the past weeks, well, I explained last week about what happened with the PC and all that. The other reason for that is I've been running night shifts in the past weeks. And unfortunately, night shifts make things a little bit complicated when you want to do some recordings. Because I get home early in the morning, you're dead tired, so you went to sleep. By the time you get up, it's in the evening, people are at home drilling in their walls, and I am living in an apartment block. So that makes it very annoying when some people are drilling, doing the vacuum cleaning and all that shit. Then you got the weekends, which I usually use for recording, but by the time I'm waking up, one of my favorite streamers is actually streaming, so I want to watch that. All of that making things slightly complicated to do recording. The good news, however, I am going to have an evening shift in the upcoming weeks, which means I have to get out of bed early in the weekends, which is quite a pain. Yeah, I need to check the kinds of food we actually have. It's all early Mishland stuff. I need to get some hash. Let's buy a right. So all early Mishlands, no, late Mishlands, early Ashlands. No, haven't been defeated the Queen yet. So it's early Mishlands food. Anyway, let's move on. As said, I am able to do. I think I need items to do evenings, and here we go. No, that's not working yet. I still have it set up. I did set it up. I just couldn't remember what it was. Sorry, but I had my usual sneeze coming up. Anyway, as said, I am going to do evening shifts in the upcoming weeks, so that gives me the opportunity to do some more recordings in the weekends for a change, which eventually would be good for you too. I'm not going to do double episodes and things like that, but I will be able to do a little bit more regular recordings for the rest of the week. So now that's done. What do I need to upgrade? Item 10, 20, 10, 36. for 52, 60. Because I remember last episode we were actually looking for the early access, and I got conflicting information about that. I need to think where I do have my refinery. I got conflicting information. People say that I can actually get those by unlocking things in the old world using a chat command. Although there may be a risk that the chat command will also mess up the game. So it's advised to make a backup. Then, at the same time, a friend of mine who didn't use that command was actually able to get the early access in an old world. So I'm a little bit confused right now about what's possible and what isn't. Should I unlock everything with the chat command, the gen lock command, and hope everything works fine, or should I leave things as it is and try to find the access in a normal way? I'm not sure yet. We will continue the search for the access. There's of course option number 3, enabling the dev commands and simply spawn them in. But I think the hunt, the thrill of the search is actually more fun than simply spawning things in. So I prefer to do that first. But no, I'm not preferring to do that first. I prefer to do the other options first. So let's give it a try for today. There's a whole area on the map I haven't explored. This entire region here. There is at some point an area where we can't come. But this entire area here contains meadows and I haven't been exploring that one. So there is some hope. It's maybe a small hope, but still hope nonetheless, where I'll be able to find what I need. And if we do, I'll be happy. If we don't, yeah, I maybe consider things. But that's for later. I need to craft more food. Well, crap. The other thing is, which of the 2 portals was I using? I thought this one. Let's find out. Don't need the bubble, because if I'm not mistaken, we're heading to Meadows anyway, with this portal. Okay, I'm mistaken. That's obvious. Need to find a skull too. This was done, by the way. I need to find a skull in this area anyway for soft tissue. So we can actually refine the iter again. And continue with upgrading my gear. Well, here we are. Workbench. I think we got some angry neck nearby. I can't use that razor. That's a bump. Well, I'm not going back for other food right now. Ah, yeah. Okay, coastline travel it is. Until we get to those islands, then things are going to become a little bit crowded here. Solved. So I do have to look at the other foods needed to upgrade it. Would you guys leave me alone? I'm just traveling here. The other food needed to get more items, so I'm actually able to get the dead razor going again. Okay, necktail flambe. At least I won't be running out of wood for charcoal production, that's for sure. The only thing I really would like to see is not them, is a bear. For very obvious reasons. Because it would be fun to actually get the bear rug as well. I think that's one of the few things I haven't made yet in this game. Because if I remember things correctly, it's been a while. I was having a bear trophy, a bear head trophy. And I think I used that to craft the bear armor. So no bear trophy yet. No bear rug yet. And I do have to decorate my house at some point. Lots of things to do. Day 600 something and I haven't even defeated the queen yet. There are people who are doing that in a quarter of the time. Or less. Well, When I started this, I said I wasn't going to speed run. So, not even going to waste my mana on that. So, with that in mind, day 600 something is normal. Look, 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 bear. Just need to find a good spot to attack it. Missed. Hit. Yeah, just as my bubble ran out. Like I said, I'm going to get a lot of wood. And he's gone. So much shit I don't need right now. There's probably a nest nearby, otherwise don't need me. There's probably a nest nearby, otherwise I wouldn't have all those grey dwarfs coming up right away. I don't need boar meat either. Not anymore anyway. But no trophy. Oh well, we will probably encounter another bear. Pick up those seeds. There. Somewhere over there. But that's too far away for any grey dwarf coming to the fight with the bear. So think of it, I actually do need the leather scraps. Because I want to have goosebumps at some point. Oh well, we'll see about that. I mean, I do have a boar farm, so it's not that hard to actually get leather scraps. And I can always give the boar meat to my wolves, so I can get a few more of those. Let's go back to the border between the two biomes and start exploring from there. There's something killing them. A skelly. That's weird. Oh, I did pick up the leather scraps? Okay. Starting to get nighttime, so I have to find a spot for a portal. I prefer a house. And if that isn't possible, something else. Well, nothing here. It's a shame about all that wood that I have to leave behind, but never mind. There's plenty of wood to be found anyway. Like I said, I'm actually looking for a house. I can set up a portal. Don't like it to bring up portals in an open area in the middle of the night. Too much things spawning nearby which can actually destroy it. Like that guy. There's falling stone to be around at some point. Whoa, whoa, bear. Where is it? There. Oh, you sneaky bastard. Coming in from the back. Something is attacking that bear. And it wasn't me. And it wasn't him either. So my guess, skeleton or something else. The big problem if I'm under attack over and over again, it's very hard to figure out what was actually fighting here. Okay, skeletons probably. Leave me alone. Alright, I'm going to find a spot safe, hopefully. From which I can portal home. That actually isn't safe, but never mind. this first because I still have a lot of black metal to be dealt with. I bet it's already too late to actually sleep. See? Oh well, I'm getting my comfort bonus anyway. I also need another. I thought I had made 2 lighter foods, but apparently not. We already have that one. And unlike some of my other games, this one is working on the cloud, which means I should be able to get lighter food. Because I know I have unlocked. Or am I still mistaken with my other game? Okay, I can do the stuffed mushroom, blood clot, turnip, and mage cap. Let's see. Blood clots. Mage cap. Turnip. Turnips. Grow lot of turnips. If I want to keep making this food anyway. We only have 23 turnip seeds. Well, that's 23 turnips, 75 turnips if I'm not mistaken. So for the time being, it's enough. And the wolves are on parade as well. So, that's fast. I dropped 4 seeds and they immediately start eating and laying eggs. Okay. 23. 7 left. Perfect. Pretty straight too. So this only shows you don't need the fix with mods, planting mods and whatever. Only because you want the things straight. Only reason I can think to have actually a planting mod is because you don't want to plant everything in one after the other, but everything in one go. That's the only reason I think of. On the other hand, I'm replanting 27 turnips, and it took me about a minute. It's not that slow. Because of those griefs. I need eat a lot of items. 15, 35. Looks like I need about another 100 softness, something like that. So I guess I have to check the map on the internet and see if there's a skull near where my current portal is. mine it, start getting iter, and craft and update lots of stuff. Cultivate needs to be dropped there. Might as well check my other food now. Because with those mushrooms, you get more iter. Okay, I need 2 more mushroom and 9 meat platters. 2 mushrooms and 9 meat platter. Turnips, blood clots, mage cap, lots. Let's split those. 2. That's 12. And meat platter. Seeker, logs and hair. Okay. Logs meat, hair meat, seeker. Ping. Did he get ping? No ping. Now I get a ping. Just when I didn't need it. Easiest way to solve that is by adding another stuffed. Hey. Mushroom. It's also uncooked. Oh great, it's uncooked. It's, oh man, sometimes I'm such a... It's also uncooked, yeah. And I dropped the other one in my portal hub, so I have to pick it up. Really? How stupid can you be? And a friend of mine is always mentioning, yeah, I'm such a scatterbrain, I'm such a scatterbrain. Well, she's not the only one. So, if she's watching this, you're not the only one. Um, No, I'm not going to do that. A little bit too dangerous without a shield or whatever. Right. That's almost finished. Very well. As a matter of fact, it's the last one. Even better. So all that wood I just picked up is currently becoming charcoal and eventually used for black metal production. I still need a lot to replace, so now we got 14 wood left. I'm going to need one for the oven. And anything else I'm able to pick up in the upcoming episodes will be used to be turned into charcoal and eventually black metal production or flame metal production, because that's coming up too. And once that's done, refill that entire chest for charcoal, and once that's done, I'm actually happy enough to leave it behind. There's no need to pick up any stone, so the only things I need from Great Dwarfs are the eyes. Well, actually, I don't even need the eyes, I think. But the wood is okay, the resin is okay, anything else, well, not really. Last batch of meat platter, very good. Well, it looks like I'm not going to look for the early access after all. Not this way anyway. Say this stuffed mushroom is actually not looking that bad. Don't know how it would taste like, but it's not looking that bad. It's also a nice reference to the pointy hats, I think. Here we go. New item. It is really looking like a pointy hat, including the face this way. Grey hat actually, so hidden Gandalf reference maybe? And looking at the darkness in the house, it's almost nightfall. So I can actually go to sleep. Wake up and do another day of exploration. Something like that. Before the end of this episode. Also means I can do another batch of black metal. Won't be able to do another batch of charcoal. Last one. Okay, so batch of black metal. Got another 115 to do. Which means I also need 15 batches of charcoal. In theory I have enough charcoal, but I will have to pick up a lot of wood considering I'm for each batch of charcoal I'm making. I got 5 left. I'm storing 50, so I need 10 times more charcoal as I will need to produce the black metal. The big question is how much food do we have? Actually survive. better. Chicken aspic and mushrooms. Yeah, I should have enough. Though my health bar will be dropping. One chicken aspic. Okay. We also got, now we've got ourselves a nice amount of either. Let me see. This is 25, 40, 53, 113. So I'm ending up somewhere. Okay, 157. 25 minutes is one day. Should be enough. Question is how many skellies? Only one. So we're going to follow the mountainside a little bit, then move back to the coastline. And that way we're going to zigzag through the meadows, hoping I will actually find one of the houses with the chest with the early access. And I've got 21 minutes more or less for that. It's my blood magic skill that's like free. That won't do much. Good boy. Ha! All the wood is still here. Nice! Here comes my charcoal production. Now, Scully, don't attack any other animal. Well, look at that. Village, even better. Because a village means more chances on houses with chests and all that. We're coming there in a bit. First, it's off to the mountains. Okay, blood magic skill 4. Good. I only need 96 more skill points now. So the shield is going to be more effective. Right. Well, at this rate, by the time we actually got early access, my blood magic level will be at a decent level as well. The blood magic skill at a decent level as well. So every disadvantage is having its advantage eventually. Just have to look for it. Oh, but I can't use those. Don't think it were these houses. Can use that as well. Although now I got a chicken farm. Not needed that much. As said, looks like it's not these houses. Crap, I don't have a scully. Hey. I was having a scully. It just wasn't here. Okay. Village. Nothing. Snarly. I prefer the Hjalmar actually. And speaking of disadvantage and advantage stuff, the more houses I find without the early access, the larger my chances are going to be I will find one with the early access, because there's a limited amount of houses in the game. Or rooms, actually. So there's always hope. And that's not just Bob Hope and Mount Hope. Still curious, what do you feed skeletons? To make sure they're not hungry. Logic would say flesh, so they get a little bit more flesh on their bones. But the question is, what kind of flesh? See another house. With the chest. And buzzing. But no access. I know it's the tower-like structures having the chest on floorboard, almost about to say on a shelf. That's actually having a chance to have the access, but I do know there's a house. Just can't remember which one. Not going to be that one, because that one's already explored. Or at least considered being discovered and all that, so nothing will generate. Still possible that the village and the house we just encountered are sort of having the same thing. Because... oh look, either altar. Because the fog of war on the minimap is actually different compared to what you discover yourself. If I remember things correctly, then the fog of war on the minimap is smaller than your discovery range that you have for real, and that has to do with the map chunks. So if I discover, let's say, just a single meter of a chunk, and the fog of war is clearing a single meter of that map chunk, the whole map chunk is regarded as being discovered, even if I haven't seen it yet. Which, in a way, is especially when it is an older game, makes it quite complicated to discover stuff on a map, old maps. Because according to the fog of war, you haven't discovered something yet, and according to the map logic, you have. Let's check out this one so I don't have to come back here anyway. That whole discovery stuff is making things a little bit more complicated. Especially on older maps. But eventually I should be able to find items. Jackets, okay. So all this piece of coastline I'm currently seeing on a part of it being discovered may actually be counted as being discovered already. So this is what my fog of war says I discovered, but it could actually be anything without that, so we'll see. After all, the statistic number generator is having a mistake. As long as it remains a statistic number generator, there's nothing I can do about it. Still, see another village. Nothing. Doors on the other side. Nothing. It surprised me at all if this was considered as being discovered already. And nothing. So one chest. And it didn't have something in it. Ah, oh well. Off we go. 4 minutes left. I actually want to go back to the village, drop the portal, and portal out. Unless I run into another building. But doubt it. On the other hand, like I said, there's always hope. Still not being hunted yet. Don't jinx it. Nope, Snotty. Come on, Snotty. I know it's a little bit harder for you without all those muscles, but if you keep running behind me this much, I might as well change your name into Ketchup. So nothing here. I'm going to use this house portal back to base. Place that one somewhere else. Beep beep. Off we go. Eight. Good. At least that's enough charcoal. So I lost 40. Well, never mind. Like I said, I got plenty of opportunities to get wood. Chiclets. fine. Okay. At least we have enough goosebumps. Didn't I lose my... That's why. Feathers. Simple, I used the wrong chest. See? Speaking of scatterbrains and all that. Done. Okay, well, this is it for today. Have we done much? Yes and no. I'm pleased with the progression I have in blood magic, because at least we got another skill on that. So that's going fine. And I'm not that much worried about it not increasing. We didn't find the early access, and that's a shame, but nothing I can do about it. Eventually things will be better. So, with all of that in mind, and the fact that I've been uh, refining lots of black metal in between all this, yeah, okay, I'm pleased. Hopefully next week will be better. So for now, thanks for watching. Have a good week, everybody, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.